Okay, Harrison Smith, I don't think we've ever met in person before.
Yeah, I think we've talked a little bit
Yeah.
over FaceTime or something. But yeah, it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to see you in person here on the golf course. You're looking the part. How is your game? Because I got to tell you, everyone here at the clubhouse at Mayakoba for the NFL Golf Classic is saying that the Vikings are the team to beat.
I guess the former Vikings. We got Adam Thielen. He's great. Case Keenum, myself, and J.J. McCarthy.
They're still calling it the Vikings team. I mean,
I know.
That brothership goes deep.
Yeah, for sure. And we're missing Eric Kendricks from last year, who played great. I'm okay. I would say I'm a little out of practice this year, but I think I'll do enough.
You think you're like underselling and over-delivering?
Always.
I think it all comes on the shoulders of the quarterback who's joined this team now.
Yeah.
He took Eric Kendrick's spot, right? J.J. McCarthy. I've never met him either. What should I ask him?
Ooh. Man, he's a good one. He'll be a good interview. He's an interesting kid, young kid, got a lot of juice.
Okay.
Ask him some questions about his golf game. See how honest he is.
Do you think he's pretty good?
I think he's got talent.
Okay.
I've never played with him, but I think he has a lot of speed.
This will be on Golf Channel, which
Good.
I think is the first thing, and I'll be part of the coverage. Jen Orlovsky, all of your favorite NFL stars with these teams. I thought to myself the second I found out that it was going to be televised, like, I bet these guys hate that. Like, are you a little? It's not your sport. Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Are you excited? Is it going to give you a little edge? What's the story?
I mean, golf is such an interesting game. If I go play alone, I get nervous on the first tee. I've played in front of a few cameras in the golf world, in front of some fans. So like, I've got some experience. It's always going to be nerve-wracking. But that makes it a little more fun. And normally you kind of focus up a little more.
I don't know if you liked changing things up since you don't change up your NFL team ever. Congratulations to you. I don't have my notes or anything. Is this 14 years now? You're coming back for your 14th year as a Minnesota Vikings. How does that feel?
It's pretty surreal being with one team that long. And it's easy to just focus on the next thing and keep going. And when you take a step back and you think like, man, that doesn't happen that often. Playing in a place like that with great fans, great organization. So it's good to be back and still got some things to do. We
haven't talked, but I talk about you a lot with your teammates. I ask questions, and I'm always concerned you're about to retire. I am. I'm always like, what's going on? Is Harrison talking about it in the locker room? Because it's going to be sort of unimaginable, I think, when you do decide to leave. Do you give it any thought yet or no?
Yeah, for sure. I've given it thought for years. There will be a day that I have done, and it's getting closer every day.
I don't think it is. You want to know why? I think you're Harrison, I think you're in a really tough spot.
Why?
Because you won a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
You deserve a Super Bowl ring. It's what you work for. And you guys are right there.
Yeah,
and so
that was...
This isn't like if Mahomes and Andy Reid decided to leave, it'd be pretty easy for Travis Kelce to say, I'm done. But you guys are right there, and until you get it, I don't see you stopping wanting to be a Minnesota Viking.
No, I like what we did in free agency. I think we have a great group to start with, great coaching, great leadership. So I wanted to be a part of it. It's definitely something you chase, and I'm still chasing it. But the journey along the way is also important, and enjoying the people you're around and being productive and helping young guys come up. When I think of my career, it's like if I wanted to like ring chase, as they call it in basketball or whatever, like that wouldn't mean that much to me. At this point on my journey, I'm not knocking it at all, but it wouldn't be the same.
I get it.
I'd be like, that's cool. But,
I get it. You have a bunch of young guys in that locker room. You got a young coach. You guys are chasing after it. Who's your biggest competition out here today? Over the next couple of days. You can, of course, catch the Golf Classic on Golf Channel from 6 to 8. Both days.
I think we've got a target on our backs, I think, from last year.
Yeah.
We still got a good group. I think my boy Brett Ripien from the Vikings, he's really good. And he joined up with like McManus and Vaughn. I think there's a few other good teams out here.
Yeah.
Aiden O'Connell's team. I forgot who I was on. I remember hearing it and thinking it was good. That'll be good competition.
I think people need to understand this isn't friendly. It's not. He might be smiling
it is right now, but it'll tighten up.
I promise you, at game time, it's going to be like it's a Super Bowl. Like
McManus was chirping me on 18 last year, like before my final approach shot. I was like, dude, you gotta at least be quiet.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Wouldn't have it any other way.
I don't know how it works here in the clubhouse. Somebody told me in Minnesota that you and Justin Jefferson do have locker rooms near each other. I don't know that I've ever seen you gritty, Harrison.
Yeah, I've been getting some gritty requests for a long time now. It's just not part of my game, you know.
Harrison.
And it's like too late to add it, and I'd have to practice at home. That's not really my style.
What about hole 18?
Nah.
Come on,
Nah.
some magic happens. Will you gritty?
We can get the young guy. We can get JJ doing something.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy, in honor of JJ Jefferson.
Are you a fan of the gritty, Harrison? I feel like you're holding back on me.
I am a fan of Justin Jefferson Jets gritty.
Okay.
His first NFL touchdown was like the
Yes.
coolest play I've
I
ever
can see
seen.
it in my head.
He's just so cool. Whenever I see him, I'm like, man, you're just cool. But having said that, watching every kid that I come across at every camp and everything gritty all the time, it's just gritty this, gritty that, is obviously great for the game and great for Jets, but I'm about over getting
You're
asked.
about
I'm about
over
over
getting
getting
gritty.
asked about the gritty and if I know Justin Jefferson.
Last one for you. You talked about chasing rings. You're so used to chasing quarterbacks. I was looking this morning at your stats of just like you versus Aaron Rodgers and thinking like, what if he had come there?
Mm-hmm.
What was going through your head when all that was going on? As somebody who has like sucked his soul out of him and gotten got by him for years.
I was gonna say I don't know about that.
Oh, come
He
on.
got us plenty of times. I will say Rodgers has been, you know, I've played against him my whole career, and he's always like my favorite quarterback to watch, and also my least favorite quarterback because he's very tough to defend. You know, so I'm not gonna speculate on that, but I have a very great appreciation for him and his talent and how he some of the throws he would make. I was just like, well, what do you want us to do? You know what I mean? So,
Would you
yeah,
say
it
that
was
to him?
fun.
What's like the verbals between you and Aaron?
There's a lot of eye contact, honestly, like pre-snap,
Yeah, he does that a lot.
and I would say the funniest one. I think it was like the COVID year, so it was dead quiet. He knew I was trying to disguise something, and I was gonna come down closer to the line of scrimmage, and he was under center, and he like took his hands out and was like, "Come on." I was like, "Dude, come on!" Like you're kind of disrespecting me with that one, but it was that was funny. Just like stuff like that you're not gonna see on TV.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll retire.
I think he's still got some game.
I think so
don't know.
too. Especially we
Yeah.
saw it at the end of last season.
Yeah.
But you're focused on your golf game. You mean the one thing that you wish if you could like improve on something in the next 24 hours? Short game, long game.
Short game.
Yeah.
My chipping is pretty natural. I don't think I'm ever gonna lose that aspect of it, but you know, driving's it's hit or miss. But putting, if you can make some long ones out here,
Yeah.
go a long way.
I don't think you're going to improve your short game anytime soon because you have so much work to do. This is a retired man's game, you know? I want to see you in this golf gear like 6 years from now with the Super Bowl ring weighing you
I like
down.
that. It sounds
We like
good.
that? All
Yeah.
right. Enjoy it out there. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks, Kara.
And again, guys, you guys can check out the NFLPA Classic in Mayakoba all week.